Hi guys. So most of my requests and questions are regarding how to do your NCA assessment, where to find the link. So the basic, I'm gonna show you step by step on how to do so. I just went on Google, searched NCA. Either the first one would come National Committee on Accreditation. As soon as you click that, so this is basically by the Federation of Law Societies of Canada, also known as the National Committee on Accreditation, in which we're gonna look at the assessment process today. Now, the first process would be for you to self-assess, depending on which country you did your law from. Mostly, I have questions from places like India. Do you have a qualifying law degree? So again, like I said before in my other videos, you need to have a qualifying law degree, um, or you have practiced in the jurisdiction where you have studied, if not successfully completed the bar admission process. This would not include a paralegal degree or CILEX degree in England. So yes. In which country did you complete your law degree? So we're just gonna do India, which is a common law country. And I don't know which country you're watching this from, but yes, definitely there's a difference between common law and non-common law countries, like civil law countries. Did you get your law degree to a distance online education program? I did not, no. So yes, you do qualify for an NCA assessment. And then this is, again, the self-assessment link, which we went to, and likely assessment results. So they've given, like I said, there's a common law jurisdiction, and as I filled it out that I'm from India, these would be the 5 mandatory courses which you would have to take up and which I took up. And then this is very new because I did not have to get this in 2018. Legal research requirement. This is a module in which you have to complete a certain amount of, I think it's an assignment which they give you. And we'll talk about more detail on this in maybe another video, but for now, let's just see how we do the assessment. So these are the 5 you're supposed to do, and then let's click submit. Funny. Okay, so let's go to assessment process. How the NCA evaluates your education and experience. It talks about the assessment process. It talks about what you're the NCA assesses the legal education and experience of people who want to enter law. And your NCA degree is once you get your NCA qualifications, you are as equivalent to a Canadian law school program. So a Canadian law school program would take you many more years, but if you do the NCA examinations, you can easily become equivalated. So you submit your application with the right documentation. They assess your documents and everything else, and then they give you, and I think when they assess your documents, they take a few weeks. By a few weeks, I mean a few months, approximately 2, if I'm not wrong. And then they will tell you what all examinations you have to do, and then you complete all your assignments and the examinations, and that's when you get the certificate of qualification. So let's today go into the application and what exactly is it that you have to submit. Okay, so we're just going to click apply now. Now, some of you also asked me this question of how much is an NCA cost. So I think the first part of it, which is the application part, just to assess your degree and all your documents, is 500 Canadian dollars plus taxes. And then I click apply now. Okay, so let's given these details. Welcome to the first step. Your first name, your middle name, your last name, your date of birth, previous file number. Okay. Okay. So I'm not going to fill out the form, but I'm just going to let you know what it is. So personal information like your name, your address, and your email address and everything. Contact information where they're going to reach out to you for everything. Pre-law education would be your undergrad degree, or I mean, I'm not sure if they ask for high school, but I think it's mostly going to be about your undergrad degree or diploma or whatever you did. Legal education would be your LLB or JD from whichever country you did. License would be about your license in which bar council or law society are you dealing with and which country as well. And work experience would be they would ask you to submit a resume, which is not supposed to be, for a job, but it's just for the NCA to see in what fields have you worked in and what assessment are they going to give accordingly. And last would be your passport size photo and a signature. So this is the five, things you would approximately need to do your assessment. And this would be the link which is going to be used for the same. Okay, so let's go over this once again. Your personal information, which is this form right here, your full name. I would suggest the full name written on your degree, your law degree, and all educational documents should be filled in this. Your date of birth, your email, the best email which you check. Then comes the contact information, which should be your address and everything else. Pre-law education, legal education, license, work experience, and photo. I hope this was helpful for you. And then we have two options, English and French, to give this. And then once you submit, you would have to pay the fees, the payment. There's a declaration which you make in which they assess that you've made the information is correct and they hope or you should not be, writing anything which is not true. Payment and then the application is complete. I think approximately 2.5 months they take to just to assess your um, they assess your degrees, they assess everything. Another thing I get asked a lot is that does your law school, do you send them your law degree or does the law school send them your law degree? So there's a procedure. You have to go to your law school and the law school will send the degree and the documents themselves. Um, you may mail your original or official pre-law university transcripts to from your university to the NCA because you do not mail them yourself. It's just the way they assess your degree and the way they are supposed to. So I know some people who have gone back to their countries and gotten it done then, but this is one of the most important things in the required documents and they will only accept those sent from law school and not from them, like the person who's applying, right? So delivery of documents they can be done by these, your law school. What I did personally was I gave them a list of this. And I think because they had done it before, so they were quite privy with it already. Also, if there is anything which is in a different language, it needs to be translated. It needs to be, the university, mostly when you're sending the university or college you did your degree from, when they send it, just make sure you let them know that it needs to be in English or French, mostly in English because I think that's what people use the most. So, do you want the NCAs to return your documents? I don't think it's fairly necessary. I've never heard this happening before, but in case you do, please email them or mail them. Um, I feel that a lot of people do ask me a lot of questions, but the best part is that you can just if you call them, or even if you email them on these two, especially the general email, they do take a long time to respond, but it's better to always have something from them instead of asking around other people. It just makes more sense, and you have more proof, because what happens with the NCA is that every 6 months or 7, 8 months, things change, and their rules change, and assessment rules change, and everything changes. So it's always better to contact this email if you're just applying, and if you have any exam related stuff, then this email. So I hope this helped you and made a lot of sense to you. And I really hope that, if you're looking to assess your stuff and do a self-assessment, please go on these two links. It would be the best. And let me know if you have any other questions for next week. Thank you.